Hey guys, so today we're going to be going through the GCSE paper from this year. So you might have sat this really recently. We're just going to have a look through. Then you can see how you got on, really. Start thinking about how many marks you've got left to get. So 280 divided by 7. So 280 divided by 7. 7's into 2, don't go, carry the 2. 7's into 28, go 4 times. 7's into 0, don't go, so that'd be 40. Work out, so let's set this out. 1062 minus 438. 2 take away 8 would be a negative number, so I need to borrow. 12 take 8 is 4. 5 take 3 is 2. 0 take 4 can't be done, so cross that out. It's the same thing anyway. 10 take 4 is 6. 624. Complete the statement. 2 meters equals 200 centimeters. 8 kilograms equals 8,000 grams. I'm getting some nice easy ones here at the start. This is good. Convert 24 kilometers into miles. Use that 8 kilometers equals 5 miles. Right, well, to get from there to there, 8, 16, 24 is times 3. So that must be times 3 to get 15 miles. Here is a centimetre grid. What percentage of the grid is shaded? Well, that's just half of it, isn't it, that's shaded? 50%. Kai has shaded 2 small squares on this centimetre grid. He wants 3/4 of the grid to be shaded. How many more squares must he shade? Well, 3/4 would be half, half again, and then I'd want all of that. So that's 4, 8, 9, 10. 10 more to get 3/4. 4. Here's a list of numbers. Use one number from the list to complete each statement. The closest to 7 is, well, that's 0.08 away. That's further, that's further, that's further. So 6.92. The number that rounds to 7.2 to 1 decimal place is 7.18. Here's a list of 6 numbers. Use 2 numbers from the list to complete each statement. 2 numbers that add to make minus 1. Add to make minus 1, minus 5 and 4. 2 numbers that multiply to make 20, minus 10 and minus 2, because a negative times a negative would be a positive. Right. Bigger paper today, guys. I'm struggling to get it into shots. Sort it out. Here are 4 lines on a square grid, which 2 lines are parallel. So parallel means going in the same direction, so that would be S and Q. Here's a different grid. All 4 points on the... There are 4 points on this grid that each have both coordinates that are whole numbers and an X coordinate plus a Y coordinate equals 3. Plot the 4 points. Well, that would be 3 and 0, 2 and 1, 2 and 1, 3 and 0. There are pairs that make 4. Write down the value of 3 squared. 3 squared is 9. Write down the value of square root of 144. Well, that's 12. Or minus 12. I expect you to get the mark just for saying 12, guys. Don't worry about that. 2 to the power of 4. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. At a restaurant, vegan pizzas have 2 different toppings. The toppings are sweet corns, mushrooms, or peppers. Damn vegans, even making their way into our exams now. Complete the table to list all the possible pairs of toppings. So we've got sweet corn and mushroom, or I could have sweet corn and pepper, or I could have mushrooms and pepper. As if you only get 2 toppings as well. How dross is that? 7b. At the restaurant, dough balls can be ordered in small portions and large portions. A group of people want to order exactly 44 dough balls. Show how they can do this. Well, getting the 4 in the units problem is going to be the issue, isn't it? So 6, 12, 18, 24. So 6 times 4 equals 24. And then I just need 2 lots of 10. Or 10 lots of 2. Keep it the same way around. So 4 small, 2 large. Salma has £10 to buy apples and oranges. She buys 9 apples and as many oranges as possible. How many oranges does she buy? Right, so 9 apples at 25p each. Well, 4 would be £1, 8 would be £2, so that would be £2.25 for 9 of them. So let's take that away from £10. So £10 take away £2.25 would be £7.75. Take away 2 would be £8, take away another 25p, £7.75. So how many oranges can she afford? So we're going to do 775p divided by 60p. Now I've set it out as a fraction because I'm just going to cheat a little bit and see if I can simplify this. So 5's go into both. Let's quickly divide this by 5. 5's go into there once. 2 remainder, 5 go into there 5. 2 remainder 5 times. So 155 divided by how many 5's in there? 12. So 5, 10, 11, let's do that then. So 155 divided by 12. 12s into 1 don't go, carry 1. 12s into 15 go once with 3 remaining. 12s into 35 go twice with some remaining. It doesn't matter how many are remaining, she's only going to get 12 oranges. Alina and Sue play netball. The number of goals scored in 8 games is shown. Complete this table. So the range, biggest takeaway, smallest. So 26 takeaway 12 would be 14. And the median for Sue, well, the median's in the middle. So 3 off that side, 3 off that side. In the middle would be 21. Which player scored the most consistent number of goals? Well, whoever's got the smallest range is more consistent. So Alina, because she has the smallest range, that equals more consistent. Work out 35% of 1,200. Well, 10% would be 120. So 30% must be 3 lots of that, 360. 5% would be 60. So adding that one and that one together, 360, add 60 for 420. A window cleaner uses this formula. C equals 2W plus 5. C is the cost in pounds for the customer. W is the number of windows to be cleaned. How much does it cost for 6 windows to be cleaned? Well, 6 windows, we'll put 6 in there. So that's 2 times 6, add on 5. So that's 12 add 5 for £17. The cost for a customer was £24. Show why this must be incorrect. So if the cost was £24, we can say that 24 is equal to 2W plus 5. Take away 5. 19 must equal 2W. W would not be a whole number. Then you must have a whole number of windows, mustn't you? Well, I suppose you can assume that in a maths exam. I suppose in real life you might have slightly smaller windows that you pay less for. Right, 2 bags X and Y each contain coloured discs. In bag X, 7 out of 20 of the discs are red. In bag Y, 2/5 of the discs are red. Which bag has the greater proportion of red discs, X or Y? So let's make this one over 20 so I can compare them. That's been times by 4, times that by 4 for 8. This has got more of the red discs, so Y. 2 friends share £240 in the ratio 1 to 3, so that is 4 parts altogether. So 240 divided by 4 is the same as 120 over 2, which is 60 per part. We've got the larger share, so that's 60 times 3 for 180. A tennis player wins or loses matches in the ratio 5 to 9. What fraction of the matches did they win? Well, they won 5 out of a total of 14, so 5/14. Here's a multiplication table. Use the table to answer the following questions. So 3843 divided by 63. 3843 divided by 63 must be 61 according to the table. No need to check it. They're telling us to use the table. Work out 6.1 times 6.7. Well, if I was doing this in real life, I'd pretend it was 61 times 67. Get the answer and put the decimal in. So that's going to be 40.87 because of that. Work out 63 times 66. 63 times 66. So 63 times 66, 61, 63. Well, that's 63 times 65. So that must be that. Add another lot of 63, because this is 65 lots, and I want 66 lots, so let's add another 63. 5, 6, 7, 8, 15, 4, 1, 5, 8. Alright, these two triangles are congruent, which means they are exactly the same. Write down the value of x. So that must be 6. C and D are positive numbers. C is even, D is odd. Tick a box for each expression. So, even plus odd. Even plus odd is always odd. 4 lots of an even number will always be even. And an even divided by 2 could be either, couldn't it? So if we think 14 divided by 2 is 7, but 20 divided by 2 is 10, so it could be either. A linear sequence has first term of a 10, and when I add the first term and the second term, I get 39. So my second term must be 29, which means I'm going up in 19s. Work out the fifth term, so carry on going up in 19s. That would be, well, let's just add 20 and take away 1. 48. Add 19. 67. So first term, second term, third term, fourth term. The last one for the fifth term, 86. Work out the area of this triangle. Right, well, base times height and half. Or half base times height. That'd be easy this time, won't it? So half times 20 times 6.3. Half times 20 is 10 times 6.3 equals 63. Feel like we're racing here, guys. We've had a nice paper. The vector minus 3, 7 translate A to B. Write down the vector that translate B to A. Well, that's just going to be going backwards, isn't it? So that'd be 3 along and 7 down, rather than 3 left and 7 up. The attendance for a rugby match is 8,400 people to the nearest 100. Write down the minimum possible attendance. Right, well, the minimum possible attendance would be 8,300 and... well, it's written to the nearest 100. Yeah, so 8,350, because that's the lowest point at which then we'd round up to 8,400. Write down the maximum possible attendance, 8,400, and I'd say 49, because any higher than that, then we'd round up to 8,500. Right, the table shows the number of workers at a company in different years. The time series graph is drawn to represent the date of the first 4 points have been plotted. Cheers. So 2019 is 62. So 62 just going to be 1 square extra. 2020 is 70. So 2020 is 70. 2021 is 76. So 2 squares under 80. 2022 is 80. Now, they've joined these with a straight line, which is a nice clue for me. They're telling me exactly what to do. So get your ruler out, rule the world. And joining these together. Cool, so complete the graph, done that. estimate the amount of workers at the company in 2023. So 2023 would be here, wouldn't it? So where do I think this graph would go? I think it's gone up a bit, maybe curving back down. I'd expect it to reach there. So I'd call that 82. Right, here is a cone. Curved surface area of a cone is pi RL, where R is the radius and L is the slant length. Beth tries to work out the curved surface area in terms of pi. She does pi times 5 times 12. Oh, that's the height, not the length. What mistake has she made? Oh, use the height, not the length. Adam uses 3 to estimate the base of the cone. Just the base of the area of the base. So I'm not doing the whole thing, just the area of the base. Work out his estimate. So the area of the base would be pi r squared. Our r is 5 and our pi is 3. So we're going to do 3 times 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. Times 3 is 75. Beth uses 3.14 to estimate the area. To estimate the area of the base of the cone. Is Beth's estimate more or less than Adam's estimate? Tick a box. It'll be more. Because I suppose, well, how do I explain that? Because it's a bigger number, isn't it? So 3.14 times 25 is greater than 3 times 25. Examiner will have to be happy with that. Right. Each day, Eric drinks a quarter of a pint of milk in the morning and a pint of milk in the afternoon and then a fish cake. How many pints of milk does he drink in 30 days? Well, I suppose in one day, that's 3/4 of a pint, isn't it? So let's do that times 30. Set that out as a fraction to make my working out easier, because 30 divided by 1 is 30, isn't it? So 3 times 30 is 90. 4 times 1 is 4. So I can simplify that down, make my next bit a bit easier. 45 over 2. Yeah, and then half of 45 would be 22.5 litres. It's not litres, sorry, it's pints. It says pints all the way through. I'm just being an idiot. Well done, Eric. I was just too flabbergasted. I was trying to imagine in my head 22.5 litres. Suppose now I'll have to imagine 22.5 pints. Right, solve. So we've got x's on both sides, so I'm going to take away the smallest x first. So take away 4x from both sides. It'll give me 29 here. And not 7x, because I'm taking away 4x. 3x... take away 22. So now I'll add 22 to make that bit go away. So I'll get 3x equals 9, 10, 11, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3x equals 51. So then I'll divide by 3 to get x on its own. 3's into 5 go once with 2 remainders. 3's into 21 goes 7, so 17. X is 17. In a house, the floor area of the living room is 26 metres squared. The floor area of the kitchen is 16.4 metres squared. Express the area of the living room, the top one, as a fraction of the area of the kitchen, the bottom one. Give your answers the simplest form. So, start off with what we've got. That's 26 over 16.4. Shouldn't have decimals in my fraction, so let's correct that by timesing by 10. So I've got nice whole numbers now. And I suppose I'll think about cancelling these down. So can I take 2 out? Yeah, 133 over 50, 60, 70, 82. No, it can't go any further, so we'll just leave it there. 133 over 82. Represent this inequality on the number line. So x is greater than -2, dot there. x is smaller than 4, dot there. Neither of them coloured in because neither are included. Sweet. Solve. So get rid of the 14 by taking it away. 5y is greater than or equal to 11 take 14 would be minus 3. So divide by 5 to get the y on its own. So y is bigger than or equal to minus 3 over 5 or minus 0.6. Describe fully the single transformation that maps shape A to shape B. So I can tell it's an enlargement for 1 mark. The scale factor is a half, because going from this one to this one, it's half as big. That's 4, that's 2. And then the centre of enlargement, which is what I need for my final mark, I can find that by joining corners together. So if I choose this corner, same corner on both shapes, draw a straight line. Choose another corner, same corner on both shapes, draw a straight line. So centre 1 minus 7. And that's it. How'd you get on, guys? Hope it went well for you.